Hi everybody! I would like to take you on a journey to the south of the hummingbird continent, across the Andes mountain and into a lone and narrow country called Chile. I want you to travel with me to northern Chile, the area that holds the driest desert in the world. The Atacama is surprisingly over half of the beer in the country. My hometown, Arica, is the northernmost city in coastal Chile, even though this land is on the edge of the driest desert in the world. It has a surprising diversity of ecosystems, from beaches and river estuaries to desert valleys like Azapa Valley and Camarones Valley. Seeing the change in the region and the fragility of the system made me realize how important conservation of these ecosystems is. The Picaflor de Arica, the Spanish name for the Chilean woodstar, was by far the most abundant hummingbird in the region. Hundreds of them used to fly around flowers. That has changed dramatically. Agriculture activity have increasing and the dynamic on the valley have changed a lot in the last 20 years. The picaflor has vanished from the site where we had seen it before, and the area has become a garbage dump, with increasing number of people looking for jobs. This affects riparian habitat and has confined the picaflor to a couple of less impacted valleys. I learned at an early age that I want to work with animals in the natural environment. One of my favorite childhood memories was when I saw how a sparrow chick fell from its nest while camping in the valley with my family. I still remember the adrenaline of having the responsibility of a life, so strong for having reached that moment and so fragile at the same time. I was only 10 years old then, and I believe that experience had a lot to guide my decision to become a veterinarian. It was in the Azapa Valley where I saw for the first time an energetic and territorial Picaflor de Arica. I fell in love with the beautiful, colorful, tiny, but at the same time strong creature. Seeing the woodstar protecting a territory that was full of garbage and had recently been burned, but still keeping a tireless spirit and alternated his vital search for food and perching was devastating. It was that moment that I decided to take the responsibility for the future of the species. I did not know how, but I decided to search for the tools and training to protect it. I found to the non-governmental organization Picaflor de Arica. I have assembled a local multidisciplinary team. It included school teachers, agronomists that are interested in sustained production, and my wonderful co-worker, Ronnie Peredo, a renowned biologist from our region, and the community in general commit themselves to the mission of the organization. One of the hardest parts of my job is to explain to my community the scenario that I have just described. You can still see other species of hummingbird around here, mainly Peruvian turtle and the Auschwitz hummingbird. Given that these two species are very similar to the Picaflor de Arica, it has been difficult to raise awareness about the impact of our action of the Picaflor de Arica's habitat. It is difficult to explain that the hummingbird that bears the name of the city, Picaflor de Arica, is the most difficult to spot. With the Future for Nature Award, we plan to purchase a tract of land that is essential for the conservation of the Picaflor de Arica. This will allow us to actively manage the site and provide refuge where the species can persist. In the future, we will also build a permanent plant nursery on the site to grow the native plant that the picaflor use for food and nesting. We will continue our reforestation effort with its distribution range and expand our education project with the local school in the community. There is a saying that resonates with me. It says, "We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors. We borrow it from our children." We should all be aware of this and trying our best to leave the land the same or even better than we found it. We are all responsible for the conservation of wildlife. Everyone can make a difference. If you are passionate about nature and species conservation, you can channel that passion for helping people understand the importance of biodiversity and ecosystem and how these are affected by our activity. After all, we all need nature to survive. Every effort counts. We can do it. Thank you, Future for Nature, for acknowledging our work. It will only make its work harder.